I do.
All right. What brings you up tonight?
So I'm really just I'm 32 and I'm just ready for like a real relationship more than anything. And I just want to know what I can do better to attract the type of man that I would want.
Are you putting yourself out there? Like from your vibe to me,
Uh-huh.
your vibe is very like she would be a good mom. She's not super high maintenance. I don't get that. Not saying that in a bad way. You just seem like easy to get along with. So what are you attracting right now?
Um, and I feel like this is like really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Men know what to do to get the woman that's in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what you said, you give mom, you give like you'll be
They're saying down to earth. I think down to earth.
against
Um,
against,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
am. I
yeah,
am that person. I am very
yeah.
down to earth, but the type of
I
men
said, and sorry to cut you off, Kelsey. I said that to say that I think like most men would like you. That's why I said what I said. I'm like, okay, natural hair, natural beauty, not too high maintenance. Seem like you went to college. Like, did you go to college?
I did. I
Yeah,
just
like
graduated.
yeah, like you need where were those guys? The guys who went to college, who had a mom and dad. Where you're not dating those type of guys. Where are they? What's going on?
Where
That
they at?
seems like right up your alley.
Those are the type of men that I would be attracted to, and those are the type of men
Yeah.
that I would want to date. So there.
Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. Over, Ashley. That was 10 years ago. You asked her about this. She's 32. You said, what happened when you were 22? She was dating them guys. She got into her career. She said, I'll be able to revisit this moment when I'm 30.
You could not be any more incorrect. Man, at this point, observing the dating market, ladies, if y'all fail to find y'all man at y'all 4-year college, you are donezo. How are you going to do better than that selection of men? I'll wait for the answer. And she was there with them ninjas. And she said she know the guys that she like know how to get what's in front of them. She done been got many a time by the guys she desires. And now she back out here looking to get that old thing back. It's over, unfortunately. And she ain't as sweet as she came across to be at first. Soon as she turned around, started talking, that hyena came out real fast. Easy work.
Men that I would be attracted to, and those are the type of men
Yeah.
that I would want to date. So there is one guy who I actually dated, maybe like a few years ago, and
Hyena
it just so
movement.
happened we were from the same city. I live in Los Angeles right now, but I'm from Houston, and so this was when I was door dashing at the time. I was going back to school, and I door dashed some food to him. He then messaged me on the app and was like, "Hey, if you aren't doing anything tonight, let's get something to drink." So I was doing something that night. We rescheduled for the next day. Each time we hung out after then, we had just a really good time. It was just very easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. Okay, we never were intimate, and I just let people know that.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Why do they always do this? They feel the need to let us know these, especially on Ashley's show, it seems, these men ain't clapping my cheeks. None of these women that call Ashley, none of them are getting their cheeks clapped, according to them. Yeah, these men are taking me on dates. They be going on vacations. Nobody's getting cheeks clapped.
I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. And this thing here, you can't prove them wrong. That's why we call them sweet lies. You can't prove them wrong. And real men don't kiss and tell. So that's what that's women like this will use a man's stoic and respectable nature against the rest of men. How? Because like I said, she'll be out here hunching on guys she like, and dudes don't say like, no, men don't kiss and tell. And she like, I ain't hunching nobody. So who go check her? It's dangerous.
I just let people know that who I'm speaking with because I feel like that's an important factor. He wound up having to move due to his job. But if I can say I really enjoyed him and I felt as though he enjoyed me too. However,
and I would say this real quick, Mr. Walker, it probably is true. I'm looking at her, I hear her voice. She's giving prudish auntie, like her kudakata is so shut, like she don't even use it. Like
I want to know what her degree is in. And I want to know what sorority she in too. Yeah, definitely give it stuck up, sister. She done had the best, listen here. She done had the best meat she ever gonna have. Any dude coming into her, you got to compete with them best meats of the past. You can't compete. Don't do it.
During the week, I didn't hear from him. But when we saw each other on the weekend, it was amazing. He asked me for dinner, all these things. He did say he's pretty inundated with work, and it's just about work, work, work. But you make time for what you want to make time for. So
So
just
when did the very last date? You're saying after that very last date, he became distant. So what changed on that date?
well, nothing necessarily changed because he was pretty consistent. The first time we went out, we had a nice time. We stayed out maybe for a few hours. The next time he messaged me was about a week later, maybe during the week. I would say maybe like a Wednesday or Thursday. I think we went out Saturday or Saturday or Sunday. And I didn't hear from him until the end of the week. Hey, would you like to join me for dinner? Very, forward, very gentlemanlike. All I had to do was just show up and look cute. I loved that. Oh my God. What happened?
Everyone in the chat is saying it sounds like he may be married. That's what everyone, the guys and girls are saying that.
So, right. He's not married though. I've been to his house a couple times, both when he lived in LA and now that he lives in the Bay. I've been to his house a few times.
So you've been to his house a few times, but he never clapped cheeks. You done been to his house in different states. And you saying the number one reason, Ashley said he's probably married. He said, Ashley, I know he's not married because I've been to his house. What the hell does that got to do with anything? You could have been to one of his side houses. We talk about this, you fool.
Thank you. My goodness. See, it's just too much. You ain't hunching them, but you done been to his house a couple times, she said, Mr. X. Not once, a couple times. What y'all doing at this resourceful man's house? And he can't get in. It don't work like that at all. Y'all did something. You gave him neck. His genitals got touched. All right.
And I would say either he's married, and also how old is he? It's just like some 65-year-old man. I don't know what she talking about.
She up here lying because she a liar.
I did my little, FBI-ish. And I didn't see any remnants of other women. However, I can't say for sure, but I don't think he was married. I also think that he's a man who has a lot of options. He travels a lot.
You in California.
He's very handsome. He's smart as well. And everybody loves a man from the South, period. Okay. So.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what happened, but maybe it just kind of, the attraction maybe kind of just died out a little bit. Not saying you're not beautiful. I'm not saying that, but maybe it's like, okay, maybe this isn't for me after a couple of dates and maybe he's just not that into you anymore. So it's like, do we have other options? Are there other guys?
So that was the
LA is one of those cities, it's one of those places. LA is right up there with Miami for dating. Yeah, the competition is stiff. I don't like to throw that out, but I'm just saying there's a lot of beautiful women in LA. Yeah, she's like it is.
And to answer your question, as far as where are the guys that seem intelligent and are all these things, I brought him up because he was one of those guys.
And let's talk about it. Like Ashley just told her, you are in Los Angeles. She ain't a bad looking woman, all right? But she like a LA 4. She a Mississippi 8. It depends where you at. You need to move. You need to get in the gym. I mean, it's just so superficial out there. You don't even stand a chance.
There you go. Superficial. Look at Ash. There you go. Look at Ash and look at you. Ashley could be 30 years your senior. And she most likely got a better shot out there because of what they looking for in LA. That plastic, respectfully, that plastic fabricated look. And you looking too soft and wholesome in the face, but you ain't soft and wholesome with your demeanor. There's a big disconnect. She looks soft and delicate, but she come across a little aggressive and abrasive. That's you like a hybrid hyena.
I brought him up because he was one of those guys that I was interested in. But the other men that I meet, I go to the gym. I met one guy at the gym. We had a good conversation. We exchanged information. He followed me on Instagram. 6 months later, he calls me. Hey, Kels, how's it going? I'm like, who is this? He was busy with his building his business. And at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday night, he decided that now he has time and, you know, he wants to prioritize dating. So it's a lot of men who will say what sounds good. And I'll go out with them for a couple times, but I'm a very no nonsense type of woman as well.
I was gonna say a New York guy, and you said no nonsense. I feel like a New York guy, even Chicago, like that type of guy.
I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah, I think Chicago or even New York.
I'm definitely interested. Yes, who choose someone that chooses you too, and I think
Y'all
that's
saying everyone is terrible today. Y'all saying there's no one in LA for her. Okay, where's she to go? Where's she to go? Okay,
how do
where's
I
she to go?
find a man who that I would like to date, who is intelligent, handsome?
They're saying, would you be willing to date outside of your race? And
I
do
am.
men outside of your race approach you? Let me ask that.
No.
Okay, so then no. So then no.
Absolutely not. In Los Angeles, why in the hell would Brad approach her? Do you understand? I mean, you got Asian women out there, obviously white women, Latino, Mexican, whatever you want to call them. There are so many women. Why would the man that she likes, why would he approach her?
Y'all sisters need to find y'all lane. Y'all don't want to be hybrids like she's presenting. You either gonna present as a wife and try to get a wife outcome, or you are a fun time, a concubine, and get that outcome. But to try to present as a wife, but deep down inside, use a loose hyena, you gonna find yourself in dating purgatory right here, huh? What do we have in LA? What is it? The 7, whatever Kev call them, when they just stuck there.
Let's go based off of who she's attracting. So there's two things you can do. There's either you can move or you can change up your look. You can change up your look. That doesn't mean, I'm not saying weave and a bunch of makeup and a super short dress, but it's time to change up the look.
Okay.
It's time to level up. From maybe girl, you can still do girl next door, but elevated girl next door.
Okay. Okay. What do you mean by okay? So let me ask you this, and I'm gonna ask you, what does elevated girl next door mean? Can you look at my Instagram so you can see how I look on a good day, like on when I?
But I can already tell. I talk to so many different people. I already know the vibe. You know, like I just feel like I'm not saying you don't wear a heel or you don't like wearing a heel. Can you hear me? Are we lagging? Are we good? Yeah. I don't think you don't like dressing up, but I need you to take it up a notch.
What does that mean? Help me.
Okay, let's go to your IG. We're gonna go to her IG.
Okay, it's Kelsey McKenzie. Maybe something tighter. I can't. Y'all.
But that's
Something
not her
tighter.
vibe, I don't think.
I mean, I do. When something looks cute on me, I wear it. I wear tight things. I wear short things. I wear body fitting things. I feel like I dress for the occasion. If I'm going to church, I'm going to look very pretty at church. I'm going to wear a nice A-line flowy dress. If I'm going out to a lounge, I'm going to probably put on like a nice little black little 1-2, curl my hair, be real cute. So
yeah, very girl next door. Very, you know.
I mean, that was
like I could see a guy be like, I can see a guy.
Well, yeah, people are telling her in the chat she need to wear less clothes, and you are in Los Angeles. I just told y'all it's superficial. Look how she dressed in this grandma, this flowing get up, because she frumpy. You need to first be in shape. Then you can dress differently. You can show your abs and different stuff, because unfortunately, the women you are competing with, that's how they dress. So if you want that guy, you can't be like, well, why doesn't he want a natural, just, you know, me dressing like a school teacher? Because he go out the house and he see different things. So if you want that, you got to compete.
And you don't want to mess around and gain the attention of one of these fellas. We talked about this, I think, during the Regal Rumble. Ladies like this will overkick their coverage somehow, wind up with one of these select guys, and be out at a restaurant. And women are bold. The competitive women, they will walk up eye her and size her up and be like, and start talking to your man. Because they know that they're going to grab his attention more than you can. And then y'all get insecure, and then it's just down the tank. Y'all don't want to land the man y'all desire because y'all ain't ready.
Like, you know what? I want to marry her. I'll make her the wife. I see that.
A lot of men do that, but the problem, honestly, every guy who I've talked to, and one of my friends have even said this too, Kels, every dude you go out with want to marry you. And I'm like, well, I don't know why.
Yeah, like you're down to earth, you're friendly, you're bubbly, you went to school, you know a thing or two about certain things. You could speak to politics and pop culture. Like, you know, you're natural. Men like that. But they're saying it's Cali. They're saying it's Cali.
You think so?
That's what the comments are also saying. I don't know. If it hasn't been working for you, something has to change. DC, that makes a lot of sense. DC would be your DC. DC, baby. DC.
Okay.
DC would be her vibe, chat. Yes. Location, DC.
So the reason why I actually moved here is because I'm in TV film. I'm an actress as well.
Hold on. So we have Art Lee. His name is King Arthur, right? He's an older gentleman, okay? Older meaning, I think, late 50s, I want to say. King Arthur, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, he does well for himself. He frequents the chat, and he said he would take you out to the bowl.
Listen, Ashley is selling these women up the river, respectfully. Like, or they just don't know what they don't know. This is why you don't go to these single women for advice. You're going to send her into the belly of the beast. Go to DC, go to Atlanta, go to Houston, go to Charlotte. Good idea.
Just god dang going little fish to the slaughter, god dang it. Whatever. Maybe some truth there. She can't compete in LA. I think that consensus has been had. She cannot compete in LA with what she's given. Got to come over here to Pittsburgh. Somebody to marry you.
Older man. Yeah.
I'm not. I like older men because I feel as though they can hold a conversation better. They're a bit more settled and secure in what they're doing and what they want. Yeah.
They said she gives pastors wife. That's what I'm saying. She gives wife to me. Like what she gives me, like if what's the guy Issa was dating from Insecure?
The first one.
The first one, Lawrence. But if Lawrence was mature and he actually went to therapy, that would be your guy.
Holy hell.
You shut your lying nigga lips up.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
This is where the problem lies. We can never start talking about average people. I get it. You have to, pull celebrities that everybody knows so we can all have a point of reference. But no, because it does not help these women to say, like Issa Rae's boyfriend on Insecure, but not him on the show. Just imagine him if he would have had therapy and he would have had his life together. That's your man. I could see you with him.
Make him perfect. Oh my goodness. Yeah, take a little bit of this from him, add a little bit of that. There he is. You ladies are amazing. The day y'all start getting the desired outcomes is the day we shut up. I can all but guarantee that. Manifest and conjure up Issa Rae's fake boyfriend. I'm here for it.
And that dude married to a white woman. Correct me if I'm wrong, but here we are.
Does that make sense? After therapy, Lawrence, that guy. That's who you should be with. That type of guy. Had the mom and dad, went to school, black guy, knows a thing or two about things. That type of guy I see being with you.
Yeah. And honestly, that's the type of guy I would want to be with, or type of man I would want to be with. So when you say take it up a notch, how can I take it up a notch? How can I do that?
I just say, how can she take it up a notch, chat? Can we give her some suggestions? How can she take it up a notch? Yeah, she's 32. King Arthur is interested. I'm assuming he's going to reach out because he is interested. Although a part of me feels like you don't like older men. I'm getting.
So my daddy's about to be 60 this year. 50 is probably like a cutoff for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll do maybe 52, but if you're as old as my dad, I don't know. My dad's age.
That's what I said. That's what I said. It don't give older men. Yeah.
I can do up to like 52.
They said a new hairstyle. It's the part.
The part, okay.
It's the part.
A clean bob, like
getting out of LA. That's what I'm seeing. Dress a little bit more spicy, they're saying.
Okay, so like kind of.
But no, not all the girls are. But they're saying girl next door times a baddie. You know, like a splash of a baddie.
Okay.
A lot of people said Lori Harvey. I think that's a great like reference.
Okay.
Clippings. Clippings. Can we see you? Can you step back from the camera, Kelsey? Can you step back from the camera? Can we see you at the top?
I'm fine too, guys.
I'm fine.
Okay, you look good. You look like you're in shape.
She ain't as blowed out as she looks sitting down, but nonetheless, you in LA. You 32 years old. Good items don't sit on the shelf. Why are you here?
I'm getting that hybrid energy. She from first glance, she looks soft. She looked like she could be a wife, but then she started talking and moving, and it's a hyena inside there. A weenie drunk hyena, and it's very unfortunate. Somebody gonna mess around and find out if she can leave LA. Yeah, the whole dating market is desperate, and this sister got something, but she just ain't. She's not feminine. She looks soft.
That part. So here's her IG. Shout out to Divine.
Let's see.
So excited you all were able to make it. We will begin the presentation very, very shortly, momentarily. And I say we because I actually brought in a guest.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jimmy. Ever been to jail? Got a ticket? Hey, we got.
There's some kind of Instagram comedian, one of these skits,
You know how I just got a ring.
Yeah, she does these little one-off skits, like maybe like the Country Wayne type stuff. I don't know. She says she is an actress, so actress.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Not a bad looking woman. She ain't been keeping herself to herself. If you don't think she got a maintenance man or two, there is somebody that's clapping these cheeks at all times.
That's just how it goes. There and her attitude and demeanor, I promise you, proves that she doesn't have the attitude of a wife. She just looks soft, but she ain't.
Yeah, this is a broken woman. She is getting her cheeks clapped by the man she desires, but he will not take her serious. That's what she said.
She went to at least a 4-year college. Y'all, we see how she looking. The athletes, track, baseball, football, they was on her top. And it was what it was, man. And now you got to meet that hypergamous nature. You got to be as tall as that defensive end. You got to be able to stroke like that shooting guard.
And also, this right here is an occupational hazard. She's always around men all day long. And she will say, well, this is my job. I'm an actress. You met me like this, etc. You being insecure. So just be careful, man.
You are a single woman around single men that you deem not to be ugly. We're going to keep it right there. Red flag. That's just what it is.
And look at this one here. This video here, this is 3 years ago. So as you can see, she's been putting on weight. She's been playing too much. These are old videos. You're going back over 3 years.
Hunch monster. Yeah. You attractive woman. You done went to college. You present like this. Deem the hunch monster. Because that's what y'all do. Y'all think it's cool to just be free hunters. Y'all liberated. Please.
This is 4 years ago. She wasted her youth. She wasted it. This is what it looks like. And now she's 32. Some people will say, well, that's young. Not really. Not for a woman in the date market trying to get a high value man.
That ain't young at all. Ladies, y'all really want to, have a best shot at landing a high earner, high value man. You go to college, you must find him there. Becky do, Marisol, Mei-Ling do. My wife did. Find your man in school.
Let's see how far. Now we're looking at 2020. This was 5 years ago. And she was 27 years old in this picture. She should have been engaged.
Are the dots connected for you young women? This is what your husband want. You hear, not 5 years later, umpteen weenies later. And I don't want to hear, oh, that don't mean she's doing a lot of meat. Maybe she's doing one meats too many times. All right. Nevertheless, this is when you get married, when there's still some sweet juice left. Men don't want high earning, high value men don't want remnants. Appreciate you, brother Rashad. Been a member for 16 months. Says she's a to-be actor. Never will she be in Hollywood. She is in Hollywood.
Yeah, she says, I moved out to California to be an actress. Red flag. That means she done probably sold her soul a couple times and trying to be what she has never gotten.
I.e. doing things that go against her moral compass.
Oh, here we go. We're going to go back over here. Hit the like button.
And I just came home from Houston. I just went to visit my family, so I wore this to the out.
How was it in Houston? What was it looking like in Houston?
It was okay. It just wasn't. So my nail shop lady, I've been going to her since I've been like 8. Me and my mom. They were actually trying to hook me up with another man that also comes there. He's 32 as well. Just recently became an OB. And he's handsome. And I follow him on Instagram. I think when they talked to him recently, though, he is currently dating someone. And I think, from my understanding, he doesn't like to date multiple people. And the girl that he's dating just flew from LA to see him.
Not flew from LA.
And she has 2 kids as well. So I don't know if he's just someone who just kind of wants to date one person individually, or if he's really interested in her or not. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, that's the it's good.
No. You going around here telling people that you are celibate. You ain't giving up no kudakata. He flew out some woman that probably looked twice as good as you, but she got 2 kids. But he says she coming here for the weekend and she gonna bust that thing open. I ain't got time to play with you.
That part.
Giving Kyla Pratt energy, yes. Kyla Pratt energy, like good girl next door, easy to get along with. I could take her home to meet my parents. I could take her with me. Okay, she could meet the parents. But there's I'm not saying you don't know how to have fun, but we need a little bit of spice, like a splash in there, a little bit of spice.
Okay.
And I think location. They're also saying change up the location. Okay. They're saying try longer hair, maybe clip-ins.
Okay.
Try that too.
I thought about
put it in
my
and
hair.
take it out at night. You don't
She's
have
a
to
bit
commit all the way.
masculine.
Okay.
If you're doing a bob, don't always do the auntie bump. Do it straight. Razor sharp.
Okay.
Put a little bit of makeup on. You look beautiful without it, but we could do pink lip. We could do tinted moisturizer. We can fill in our eyebrows lightly and some mascara.
Somebody said I need to look meaner.
Yeah, it's true. That's why I said spicy. There's no cheat energy. You need some of that.
Because I'm a lover, not a fighter. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ashley. I wish I could help.
Stop lying. She already comes off as very masculine and mean and dry and prudish. And they're gonna say be meaner. No. Just go date. Go find you a Mr. 40 hours. Why ain't nobody said that? Why ain't nobody said go find Mr. 40 and ride this thing out?
Mr. 40 hours still to this day is the most undervalued man on the face of this earth. He makes respectable money, but his life ain't glamorous. Look at him. His gloves be dirty when he come home. He might smell like oil or grease. But guess what? He come home every day. Check. Always on time. Always consistency. There you go. Mr. 40 hours is boring because it's too much consistency. Ain't enough drama and excitement.
That part. And I mentioned it earlier that, you know, you go back to this woman's grandma, y'all say, how did we have an 80% marriage rate? Because women like her were married to men like him. He worked at the steel plant. This was his wife. They had kids, the whole shebang.
He knew he was coming home to that ninja, knew he coming home to this. His boy's like, hey man, you trying to go out get some drinks, howl at the moon? He like, no, I'm going home to my lady. She got them fresh biscuits, meatloaf the way I like with the mashed potato with the gravy. I'm going home, brother.
All that. Not only was he going home, he was giving her his whole check. People say, why was they giving up whole checks? Because men look like this and they could get a woman, an attractive woman. And it made sense.
The whole world and make him whole. I get it. I know. I need to be a little bit round.
Well, you have to be. You need to turn that on a little bit. You got to turn it up a notch, mama. Because I think guys like that. You know, like, oh, she got that energy that
is like untouchable, kind of.
Untouchable. I know I got to work for this one. I just know. You know, not saying they don't have to work for you. I'm not saying that. But we need a little bit of a splash of spice.
That energy there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, they like to be a little scared, Sharon said. They like to be a little scared. Make it a challenge. That's what they're saying. Mm-hmm.
I can't. Use your acting skills and create awesome stuff.
But I think it's also the location. I don't know. Okay. I don't know where you're hanging out. I don't know where you're going within LA, but that's something else to think about. What type of single events do they have in your city? So that's something else to consider.
Okay.
Like, what circles are you in there? Because it could, it's like very specific, I feel like.
Yeah, it is. And the places that I've met men, like, for example, I was walking to Target a couple years ago, one day. Well, I was walking in Target.
A couple of years ago. We need something recent.
Well, I'm just, I'm not necessarily, I've been on dating apps. I've tried dating apps. I've went out with them a few times. Each time it was a mess. It was crazy busy.
Have you tried a dating coach? I mean, not a dating coach, a matchmaker in LA.
You know what's crazy, Ashley? I've been considering that. And actually, I think I started following you maybe a few years ago, but I've been watching you more intently now because it's something that I'm doing. You know, I can't change what everybody else is doing. I have to, work on me. So I have considered an acting coach, but right now the money that I have I need to make some more money to be able to hire an acting coach.
No, I'm not an acting coach, a matchmaker, Yes. I think that will also be good, a matchmaker. Everyone's saying leave LA. They're saying leave LA.
That's what a lot of people.
It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. This is not Tracy Ellis Ross. She does not need a matchmaker, nor could she afford one. So stop. It's not that complicated for her. Her man is simple. He works at the water authority, the garbage man, something like that.
Y'all gonna learn. Hopefully we are doing some good and pointing y'all sisters in the right direction. Get off of IG. What's the saying? Good things are hard to find. If it's worth having, it's gonna take some effort to get it. Mr. 40 Hours not tucked away because he go to work. He might go to a bar, grab a beer or two with his buddies, and then back home. He ain't with the bull jive. Y'all got to go find him. I done told y'all. Ladies, I would tell y'all to go outside of these Amazon places when they closing, any warehouse. Stand outside the line. They be coming out in a single file line. Stand there and something cute like that with a warm apple pie. And that pressure going to be intense for somebody, and somebody going to fold. Make it work.
I have said that.
Yeah. What about your family in real life? I'm sure they've said the same thing. Like, do you think it's what does your intuition tell you?
It's hard to date in LA. That's first and foremost.
And also something to consider, I hate to say it, but what do most of the men like what are they attracted to? When you go out and you find yourself in certain circles, who are they approaching? Is it your type? Those are things you have to think about. And when I say your type, I don't mean black. I just want to put that forward. But these are things I want you to think about.
I feel like they go for a lot of the women who dress a little bit more skimpy, and they look exotic, and they look like they could be black, racially ambiguous.
Yeah, yeah.
And which is cool.
Yeah. Now you talking about this ninja, the man y'all all want. Of course he wants a certain kind of woman. We will never deny that. Maybe not for a wife, but his playthings? Yeah, she gonna wear skimpy stuff. She gonna have big boobs and big butt, all that. But as far as a wife, she may look like you, but you just ain't. You waited too long.
See what I'm saying? This is getting annoying. Cause like when she ain't talking, I see a wife. But soon as she open her mouth, hyena. That's bad. That's how I know she squandered her time in college. She was out there doing meat that she desired, and now she is stuck. Eternal 7, she an eternal 4, I guess.
Cool. That's fine. That, you know, but I also recognize how you dress. Also, what is it? Blocks these types of men, certain types of men, based on
Those type of men. Yeah, yeah. But I just think that's the culture, right? In certain cities or places. That's why I feel like, I don't know, the East Coast. I'm thinking for you, the East Coast. Even like they would, someone even said down south, a Southern man would be good for you. Yeah, I agree. I just think it's just, again, a different culture in LA where people, I think DC would be great. A lot of people suggested DC. North Carolina. Yeah, I agree. Like North Carolina, DC, that vibe.
Okay.
Yep.
And so last question that I have.
Yeah, that's it. Book a call, baby.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Bye, beauty. Have a good night, Kel. All the best. Yo. All the best, my love. Schedule a one-on-one call. The link is in the bio, beautiful people. The link is in the bio. You can get a 30-minute session.
Huh.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
All right. She said, okay, Ashley, I got a few more questions. All right. I need you to. Ashley said, nope, that's it. Book a session. I done gave you tons of free game.
And did. Shout out to Ash, man. Yeah, Ash cut her off cold, so that'll be it now. See that, ladies? Look, femininity always wins. Ash cut her off cold. What? Nope. But it was in a feminine manner. Kendra could never cut somebody off that feminine like that. Shout out to Ash. Listen here, man. Ash know how to get desired hyena outcomes. I ain't gonna hate the game. It is what it is.
That part. So as far as this woman, we gonna send her to Glaze Galaxy.
Indeed.
We got us the gun line.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
We may not know which way to go. Oh Lord, see, this shit is gonna be dangerous. Some dark-winged duck shit. Let's get dangerous. I play the fool for the fool. Everybody plays the fool sometime, and no exception to the rule. Listen, baby, I played the fool for a fool.